So it's been a while, but I wanted to give everybody an update on my little saltwater tank. We've got quite a few new residents. Cycling went well. We already had the diatom bloom, and as you can see, we've got some green algae coming in. So, let's look at the corals real quick. First of all, this is Eddie Izzard. He's my little dartfish, who I'm quite obsessed with. And that's Beavis, my yellow tang. In the back there, we've got a flower pot coral that's been doing surprisingly well. I didn't realize how difficult it was going to be when I got it. And after moving around a little bit to find its best location, he finally likes this little alcove and is doing very well. My little zoophrag up here is still very tiny. He's not really growing a ton. So I may try moving him. I don't know. Maybe we'll give him a little bit longer. On the back, I attached a GSP to a magnet, and he's been growing back there. He's been doing okay. Of course, the original pair, Lewis and Clark, and behind them is Mumford, my goby. And hiding in the back, we've got Bright Eyes. He's hiding. He's my yellow-eyed coal tang. And also hiding somewhere behind the rocks is Gucci, my fox-faced rabbitfish. And then Seymour, my Blenny, who is ridiculous. Also got quite a big cleanup crew going in here. So we've got lots of these little mini serifs, which are awesome, by the way. They dig in the sand nicely. They pick up lots of extra little detritus. Then I've got my big fighting conch. He's just chilling, grazing around. Fun fact, he's actually a replacement for the first one who my LFS said was a fighting conch. Turns out it was actually a crown conch who proceeded to eat 2 snails and a hermit crab. Back here is my Duncan. He's been doing very, very, very well. He eats well, he's been growing, got nice and big just in a few weeks actually. Then up here, we've got my little bonsai tree. My little hammer coral. I am quite a fan of him. And then I've got my acan, who's also been doing pretty well. I got him at a discount because he hadn't been doing very well, and since I've got him in here, he's been eating very well, growing big. Hiding down in the rockwork down there somewhere is my fire shrimp. He doesn't really come out much, he's very shy, but all the fish like go in there and they park a bit to get cleaned, which is always hilarious to me. And so that's the tank. Tank is doing really well. I switched from the 2 kind of cheap power heads to an ice cap 4K gyre, which I'm liking a lot. At some point I do want to get a 1K gyre to put vertically on this side to kind of alternate the flow, but the random pattern works pretty well. You'll also notice I've got tons of copepods that recently have come out of the fuge and been propagating up here. So that's going to be good food for my mandarin when I get him eventually. And we'll do an update on the fuge on my sump. So down here, we have my sump going well, got my filter socks, got some marine balls. Right now I have my pump off because I'm treating the water. Same thing with my carbon. Then down in my fuge I've got some sea lettuce and some macroalgae. It's doing okay. I did replace the light. I had a cheap light that I got and it didn't seem to be helping, so I got a refugium specific light spectrum tunes light. And the algae seems to be responding much better to that. Return pump, nothing fancy. And I did break down and go with Apex, so we had a little incident with my auto water change system using kind of a cheap dosing pump, in that it would start failing. If I hadn't been home, it could have ended up being very bad. So I finally bit the bullet. I got a Neptune dose and the Neptune EL system, and I've been using that to do auto water changes. It's been working really, really well. I also like the ability to keep an eye on my pH and temperature. Sorry about the noise. My doggos came running into the office and got very excited. So yeah, so the Neptune system has been great for monitoring, giving me notifications. It makes it very easy to just keep an eye on everything. And the dosing has been working much, much better. And everyone seems to be doing fairly well. I've also been really liking these max spec razor lights. I think I'm going to try to get the hanging system, because it's a pain in the butt to take it on and off when I want to feed. But yeah, so things are going fairly well.